Welcome to Argue Bros, the podcast that gives you multiple perspectives on today's hottest topics. Hosted by Nico Penguin, Fred in Progress, and Jess Freeman. If you're looking for some inspiration from and for normal people, or simply want to know the bros a little more, you better open up your mind to the fresh perspective that's coming your way right now.
And welcome to the next episode of Argue Bros, where you have Nico Penguin, Jess Freeman, and Fred in Progress. And today we're discussing how the First Amendment is getting attacked. Alex Jones is going to jail or having to pay for discussing his opinion on the Sandy Hook trial. How you'll feel to think about that?
What exactly he said that they can charge him for to make him pay money for?
Let me see here. They said that because he said that the kids weren't real, the shooting didn't happen, that because of all this defamation that he has to pay. He said, and I quote from January 13, 2015, Sandy Hook is a synthetic, completely fake with actors, in my view, manufactured. And because of this, he is getting sued.
Is it like some kind of misinformation stuff thing, or?
From that little information right there, if it was somebody else, everybody would just look at him in the corner like, oh, he's just a crazy homeless man.
That's crazy. Actually, is this like an actual man or a court is he getting sued or something?
Yeah, the jury said that he was guilty. They found him guilty. And then he backtracked and he said, in a stunning moment, he said he met the parents and it's 100% real.
That's crazy that he actually... how much is he worth? Is he even worth that much money?
I heard his company, Free Speech Systems, filed for bankruptcy, and supposedly they were worth between $135 and $270 million.
Oh, but they ain't trying to pay out of pocket, so they got to plead bankruptcy, and they ain't got nothing.
Oh, I was gonna say, so I don't know if they're just running away from that kind of a thing by pleading bankruptcy. Like, we can't afford to pay this. We're broke, which is what you think he's doing.
Oh, man, conspiracy culture. That's crazy. That's crazy. I don't know. I got to find out what the legalities of that was for them to actually be able to prosecute him for what he said. I wonder if it's because he's on media or something. I don't know. Come on, yeah. I guess I wonder if this really is an attack on free speech or not.
Or it could just be he's rich.
He was saying some wild stuff, but like still.
Because people are saying that it's because he's a big target. Because if it was any one of us, it's like, you're not getting $45 million from us.
In spite of what people feel about the conspiracy community that he engenders and has, no one really likes him. They're weird people. But I don't know if...
Hey, but y'all can like me. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, though.
I don't know if it's a loss for free speech, though. Like, because it could be you don't like what they're talking about and what they stand for, but still not want them to lose, because that just will propagate more losses for free speech in the future, for people just suing people for things they didn't like that were said.
Yeah, I mean, because for punitive damages, even though what he did was just pretty much talk, that's very far stretched. For speaking, you got to owe money for speaking. Like, he didn't cause physical damages on people. He didn't strike people physically in aggravated assault or property damage. He spoke words. And because he spoke words, he is now being required to pay money because somebody didn't like the choice words that were used. I think that infringes on the First Amendment, especially as I see here that Texas law caps the amount to $750,000. So to go above and beyond that is ridiculous. Yeah, that's interesting. Wow, that is interesting. I can't believe the freedom of speech is just getting withered away little by little, right in our faces. From Julian Assange being extradited to now this.
Dang, the people in power don't like the conspiracy theories, eh?
Yeah, like he immediately shut up and was like, "Yep, I that's 100% real." It was like, "Oh, my company's going bankrupt."
Punitive damages. I wonder what they mean by punitive damages. That he has to pay $45 million for punitive damages.
He claimed that even $2 million of fines would destroy him financially. But an economist, Bernard Pettingill Jr., estimated his net worth to be between $135 million to $270 million.
What? He got that kind of money?
Oh,
where did he get all his money
That's what
from?
the economist is stating.
Where this man get all his bread from?
No, I want to know where this economist is stating Alex Jones got all this money from. Because 135 to 270, that's a huge range. Is that like with the real estate markets up or down kind of range? Like, why is that such a big range? Because they're basing the punitive damages off of his net worth. Because if he only had $2 million, they're not going to obligate him to pay more. So they think that they can get more because he is worth quote unquote more.
Oh, so he was so it's defamatory language. Not that it was free speech. He argued that his statements were mere opinions and therefore couldn't be defamatory, whereas he was stating as matter of factly defaming them. Interesting how free speech, if you get into the defamation area, cannot be free speech anymore.
Mm-hmm. You can't yell fire in an assembly or auditorium.
That man gonna pay some good bread. Hey, and probably not even gonna be him. It's gonna be a business that pays unless they legally can force him to pay.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Who they're actually billing, whether it's him or his business.
I mean, if he does,
I can't wait to see what's gonna happen with what's it called, suing Fox News, the Dominion voting system.
Ooh.
Suing Fox News for their a bunch of saying that the election was rigged, that the voting was rigged and everything like that. Dominion suing Fox News for like 1.6 billion. That's still in trial and everything. I wonder when that's gonna happen, and what the response for that's gonna be.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah, I was not aware
Whoa,
of that.
so they're actually saying that our computer systems didn't get hacked or didn't rig, pretty much?
Yeah, Dominion is they faced a lot of backlash, faced a lot of stuff. So they suing Fox News for 1.6 billion.
Ooh.
I wonder where that case is at. That's crazy.
Whoa, that's big money. Oh my lord! If they lose, that means Fox Corp, the stock market, is gonna tank. So you better get your options plays ready, boys.
That's a big thing on
You better bet.
Hey, they fighting back. They fighting back with money though. They fighting back with money. So we got money.
Yo, that's a lot. That's a $1.6 billion lawsuit. Oh my lord! And that's a good case too. That's a good case because if they know justified like that they didn't rig it, that's an easy $1.6 billion. And even if they don't win, they can at least get some sort of political assistance from left leaners. One, and then two, the more people that are aware of this company, the higher the value goes. Like I've never heard of this company. Like
yeah. All it really does, even if they don't win or lose, all it really does is just show how much money influences the news stations. Like, I don't know how much taking news from people who are paid to present news to us is valuable. They're like an entertainment show. They're more concerned about the ratings. So if they see something, even if it's not true, they're just going to continue to parrot it so they can get entertainment value. So like the news is not even the
you
news.
Sound like
anymore.
Alex Jones now, Fred. Hold on now.
No. I'm just saying you can't take all the news as news because they need to make a profit. That means they have to say stuff that you want to listen to, whether it's true or false.
Oh, hold on. It sounds like there's an agenda at play. Wait a minute now.
No, it's just the agenda of money. Everyone has that.
Nah,
most people think they're doing it for their good. Oh my God, they're trying to provide me with valuable information about what's going on in the world. Not because they get paid advertising dollars for the amount of time I sit here and watch it. No, never that. All these people waking up, first thing they do is turn on the news and get propagandized.
Dang.
We need to start a news station now. Let's cut through business. They kill us. We get a news station off the ground. Not enough space in there now.
Now that's too.
Shit, I mean,
the big dogs in the news station yard going to kill us before you get a good news station off the ground.
Now you'd have.
They try to destroy Bill Cosby trying to buy a news station.
Now you'd have to be large enough that it wouldn't matter.
We got the youth scrolling on like all these social medias giving fake news all day, every day. So that doesn't help.
Yeah,
either.
How do you even trust news now? Because now you can't say anything without being claimed that you're being defamatory towards someone else if you don't agree with their opinion.
It's not defamatory if you don't agree. It's when you start saying lies as if they're facts and destroying their character. And then if you do bad enough, then they have a case and then go get a lawyer and sue you.
Man.
So all you have to do is either stay fact or skirt the line.
No, my question to Alex Jones, did he not have like liability policy on his company or himself as a person for saying all those wild things? Like, I have to imagine that as somebody who says wild stuff, he must have had some sort of insurance policy.
He fucked up somewhere.
Because if he's claiming that he's broke and he doesn't have money in his company, he has to risk one of his companies bankruptcy in order to save. And hey, listen, I don't have money. Look, this company's bankrupt. Like, it makes me think, like, did he not have insurance on himself? Because as somebody that's that much in the public and that almost guaranteed to be either somebody's going to try to kill him or somebody's going to be so against him that they'll immediately try to sue. Like, I'm surprised I haven't heard of him getting, into bigger lawsuits previously. Because $45 billion, that's a lot to sneeze at.
He messed up. He messed up somewhere along the line, or they got themselves a good lawyer. One of the two.
Man, that would suck.
I'm wondering now. I wonder if they're going to change the conspiracy space now. All the people just saying wild shit, thinking they have no repercussions. It's crazy how many stupid people believe him, though. That's the crazy part. Very far how many stupid people believe him. It's like, dang, you got nothing to do with your life that you just want to become part of something so much, and just like, oh my god, did you hear? The sun is not real. It's really just a light in the sky that they actually powered through electricity. That's transferred from our world to theirs. Like, oh my god, I knew it. I knew it. I was the first one. And you get a whole cult following behind some.
Hold on now, somebody might be convinced. The way you said it was very gullible.
Man, you can rob somebody of their entire clothing and they just like, I get to a better cause.
Oh my lord, chill out now. Now you're coming after Red Cross. Hold on now.
Oh my god, I'm like, bro, just sad society nowadays. People believe anything.
Man, don't you?
With the right face saying it and the right voice and music behind it.
Nah, you sounded like you saying that North America is turning into one of these dictatorships like North Korea.
I'm not talking about North. I'm talking about everywhere. I'm talking about the world in general.
Everybody does it.
Yeah, I'm talking about the world in general at this point.
It's not them over there.
It's America. That's a world thing. Whether it be, it's just the stories are different based on the regions.
And aren't you scared that whenever you travel, they hear this and they're like, "Hey, don't let him in."
Bro, who am I? They got too many more important people to worry about.
Because it's like, dang, man.
Shit, that's the same thing that Britany Griner thought.
Oof. Nah, I think she thought.
Who am I? They got more important people to worry about.
I think she thought that she was above the law.
You're an American. You gotta.
That she was a superstar. Like, I'm a WNBA player. I got some weight to pull.
No, she thought she was an American. No, she thought she learned real quick. Once you step off that U.S. soil,
this is Russia.
And then the even worse is that the Americans found like she had said something negative about the American flag on top of her doing something illegal, which is bringing the weed.
Wait, hold on. She said something bad about the flag?
Apparently something she said about the negative about the American.
American or Russian?
American.
So then she backtracked and then there was like, Joe Biden, come save me?
No, I don't know if she backtracked or not. Yeah, I think it's the national anthem. Let me see. I'm going to look it up right now.
Oh, she doesn't like it?
She said something about the national anthem.
I mean, yeah, it was based off of the dying of a lot of people.
I'm going to look up. Oh, man. I'm tired of having to pay for people trying to charge to read articles online. Stop it.
Hey, if y'all want free articles online, NicoPenguin.com. Come on now. We don't charge. Free plug. All these websites be charging. No cap.
The sympathy from Americans are not as high.
Nah, because when you're on top, everybody's going to be ruthless.
I mean, what's she on top?
No, America. It's like, Americans, you think you're the best. We'll show you. Because now it's like you're trading a WNBA player for an arms dealer. If that doesn't tell you this is the worst trade of all time, like, I don't know what will. Like, do you remember when New Orleans was axed the Chris Paul to LA trade? That's what they got to do. Is like, what?
Oh, okay. So yeah, let me. What I was saying was, so okay. Here's two things funny. So it says after a series of police killings in 2020, there were nationwide protests against it, and the WNBA players of Phoenix Mercury and Los Angeles Sparks, didn't even know that, walked off the court in protest before the national anthem was played. And Griner commented that she doesn't want the national anthem to be played in the arena. She said that she would protest all season long, even if the league decided to play it. These comments from Britany Griner and walking off during the national anthem weren't received well. And now it's come back to haunt her as people are reminding the country about it now and then.
Oh,
be like, yo, you didn't like the national anthem. Why you want to come? Why you want US to save you?
That's tough, man. Ooh,
you got a lot of people saying that. Like, why you don't like the US? Why are you trying to come back? Why you need our resources? Then Enes Kanter was like, we freedom for Britany Griner, but then he also was like, but you know, I've been following her case very closely, and the one thing I will say, we cannot be sending a merchant of death, a person who's responsible for thousands of lives, by selling illegal weapons in Africa and Asia, and we cannot trade that horrible human being for her. It's just not a fair trade.
And it's Canada said,
dang. And he's political too.
Yeah, he said behind the freedom, but it's not a fair trade, bro. It's not, bro. If we pull up NBA statistics, like, she scored like maybe 16 points per game, something like that. I don't know, but I mean, he in the thousand, bro. He got career high. Can't trade a career high franchise player. We can't trade a career high franchise player for her. Like, come on now.
That's tough. He's like what their country's Kobe of arms deals and stuff like that.
Yeah, he big.
And she's the Britany Griner of basketball.
Yeah, it's not an equal trade. You can't be doing that.
How would you resolve that issue?
Control the media to forget about her. We'll see you in 9 years. Well, of course they're working on a trade politically, but I don't think it makes logical sense if Biden accepts that, bro. I think it's stupid, bro.
Wait, hold on. If he accepts that, you going Republican? That's the
No,
last.
I ain't going Republican. I'm just like I think I think politics in general is stupid. I think all politicians are stupid mostly
because of reasons like that.
Infrastructure, a whole
Because they're
bunch of
actually
stuff.
thinking about it. Like they're literally thinking.
Yeah, they shouldn't even be considered. Don't be logical. Don't try to. They're pandering to the communities that actually do want it, which are also illogical. Like the basketball players and some sports media people that are supporting. Like, sit there and think about this. You want to trade arms dealer who's guaranteed successful. He is skilled in his skill. He's not like just some up and coming arms dealer. Like, no, he will guaranteed have connections to get more guns to affect whether it be the war in Ukraine or just wars around the world for a WNBA player.
While we're at war, you forgot that part.
I rest my case.
While we're at war, or
no. We don't got to add anything else. That's just one sentence. I rest my case. If you still make the wrong decision, I don't think you're even competent to continue to make bills. I don't think you're competent not to do anything. You're like, what? Illogical. You bring emotion into logic.
But also, don't forget, Kamala is also a lawyer, and she was like, who? Kamala Harris, the vice president.
Her name Kamala.
Yes.
And I didn't even hear about her until once she was elected. She was just a black little statue. Does she even do anything?
She's just been following behind.
I ain't even heard I haven't even heard about her.
No, because I remember she was the attorney general for California for many years, and that's why.
Man, you know more about it than most people, because bro, once she got elected, she disappeared.
She got hated by everybody because she used to let a lot of people go.
But yeah. She's and was really strict on weed people and like black people and stuff. Yeah, I remember her. Yeah. Fuck her. She's a little.
And so now it's like, how do you even what do you do in that situation as her? Because she was so against it. Now she has a chance to redeem herself. But now you got.
She's like, for the weed.
But now you have Joe, and Joe's gonna make that call and be like, "Hey, listen, we'll make that deal." Like, I don't think.
No cap. Like, has she done anything in office? No cap. I'm not even joking. Like, has she done anything in office? I didn't even hear her name. I thought you're the last person I heard say her name. No cap.
Can she do anything in office
as vice president?
Usually the vice president does something.
She does Speaker of the House stuff. So whenever,
even like they at least be in the news or something, bro. Like when Biden was a Barack's cohort, we heard Biden's name a few times doing stuff, and
no, that's to keep you focused on what you shouldn't be focused on.
Kamala's in the darkness doing what?
Doing vice president.
She only got there for a title and a picture.
We'll do vice president and potential first female presidency if he kicks. That's always the goal, is to move the agenda forward, I guess.
I mean, yeah. We're assuming we're gonna have our first non-gender in office in about 10 years. Like, our president is a what? It's a they, so it's two people in office. It's a they.
You're gonna have Republicans and old timers being like, "You could do that. You could." Are they twins? Is that Dylan and Cole Sprouse or Spruce or whatever?
Yeah, she clung to her blackness real quick when running for presidency.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, because she went on every black news thing.
But she got a white husband.
She even did something with the 85.
I hate people like that. They forget till they need it.
You preaching.
No cap. No, I just don't like this. I don't like what she did to the black people out there when she was actually acting in office where she actually had to do something with her life. They want to pretend like none of it happened. Politicians are disgusting to me. Most of them, anyway.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, that's tough.
She's not the best.
That's tough. She was pretty much the police force's boss.
That's hilarious. I forgot she existed. No lie. I forgot she even existed.
Yeah, anytime that Joe, I think for 72 hours, she was the president because he was getting his mental check. And it was the first time that a woman was sworn in office for 72 hours while the president was getting his mind checked.
America's going downhill, man. We're going less and less on getting people who actually are capable of doing their job and more like filling in statistics and equal.
In first times.
If only there were...
Like, oh my God, it's not equal that they're not getting this. Well, maybe they're not good enough to get it. Come on.
No, if only there was a business that provided solutions to this world.
I think that business would be destroyed. Sir.
Nah, in this world, bro.
To find those type of solutions.
Yeah, you trying to walk dark waters, fam. You trying to walk dark water. You trying to get people killed to provide solutions. They don't want solution. They have solution. They don't want them.
Nah, exactly.
I'm talking about provide solution. You try to publicly bring solution to them, you're gonna publicly be killed.
Yeah. Like, I was looking at this video talking about how in China they use street sewer for oil, and this is a way that they can circumnavigate actually paying for oil, and then they can make their own food with that. So
China eating itself.
So they literally can cut out cost that can go from them spending like $2,000 a month.
No disrespect. Them motherfuckers aren't human.
Bro, they out there struggling. They got too many bodies in one place.
Yeah, they got hundreds of millions of people. They don't have money for making food like that.
China going down, but I mean, we'll see how it survives.
They're declining their birth rate, which is why they're now allowing you to have 2 daughters and one son.
Hey man, I'm fine with it. Hey, they're our most likely competition external wise. So
I mean, but that's what the current workforce over the next 25 years. I think it's any country's game.
Hey, but I mean, if South Korea could survive, if North Korea could survive in their terrible state, I'm pretty sure China can recoup whatever needs to be done with their strict laws and stuff.
I mean, I
don't think they're going anywhere anytime soon.
Who said America's surviving?
I ain't saying America going down too. We all going down.
Like in a nuke war? Or like
give about 50 years, 40 years, 50 years.
Like someone's pressing the button?
Who knows any of these countries are going to be around still? Whether it be nuclear war, whether it be the countries eat each other alive, we'll find out. Politics is very rocky right now in America and other countries.
Because people are too ego-stricken, too greedy.
Things are being stressed financially and economically. We're losing stuff when it comes to the climate change and everything like that. There's infighting between different political parties, different countries. There's a lot more strictness, but when it comes to laws, the mandates really shook things up a lot. We'll see if things just equal out, like, and continue on going as it has in the years past, or whether things change in the next 30 to 40 years. And we're at war. We haven't had war in a while, so we'll see.
A major war that's affected.
And I mean, major war between like the worlds. There's war going on all around the world all the time.
But it sucks now because now war is literally like on social media.
Yeah, I know, bro. We can watch a live stream. Be like, yo, I pick you to be my character. Can I donate you some rupees for you to get more ammo? Like, bro, when can we get that set up? You know that movie? You know that movie where they had that movie where you could use criminals like on death row to play a death game? It'd be like that almost now. Now we can literally be sponsoring armies and stuff. Be like, yo, can I send you some bits on Twitch? Like imagine they start streaming war on Twitch from the two sides to get some good camera.
Why you think they're focused so heavily on VR? Don't you think the world could be leaning towards a dystopian world like that where you can actually...
How do you like it so far? Don't forget to reach out via social media and suggest the next hot topics to argue about.
Control what they deem as left to humans. This is my sci-fi, guys. This is my sci-fi mind thinking. This is not Alex Jones. I'm just an author, okay? Before somebody like, dang, he's a conspiracy.
Gonna save
no. Hold on, no. This is an author. I'm an author. This is my research. I'm thinking. Like they could have been literally programming that kind of ideology onto us by Neuralink exposing that years ago, because that came out in 2006, and that you can hack. If Neuralink happens, that means you could hack someone's mind and then pretty much take over. They probably would be still conscious of what's going on, and they just wouldn't be able to stop. Kind of like in the movie where Dave Bautista just was unable to stop, and the only way to do so is to disconnect, but you're risking your life. Like,
man, you trudging down that line of conspiracy. Like they gonna shoot us and they gonna infect us with that shot, gonna take over our minds and infect us with the chip.
Just like, I forgot what movie it was. There was a superhero movie where he pretty much got everybody in the world to get a cell phone for free, and then they didn't realize that the cell phone had some sort of like hypnosis kind of thing on it. And it's just like, just being a nice benevolent guy, they immediately,
that was with Samuel Jackson.
Yes. I don't know what it was, but
a European movie.
I don't know what the name was, but
a European spy movie.
Was it?
I know what you're talking about. I just don't remember.
Oh yes, it was a spy movie with the fat girl.
Yeah. It was a European spy movie.
Just like that.
But yeah,
he was able to get access to everybody. And then even the rich people use his services, because even rich people don't want to pay for stuff. Like,
no, rich people want status symbols.
Well, in that movie, it kind of,
they want to be part of the group.
Yeah, I don't think it would be that hard.
Easy manipulate.
You just or you mandate requirements, like how they did that trucker thing, and they had to do that weird marching or whatever because they didn't let truckers in the country unless they had the COVID vax.
All right, but no cap, who you trading for Britany Griner?
Bro, that's tough.
Like, can we equate value? Like, what value will we trade for her?
You'd have to find somebody who's also an entertainer.
Or are we letting her serve 9 years? And also, people bring up a good fact as well. Like, bro, she's serving 9 years, but if we got people serving like 20, 50 years for weed for just like a nugget, just like a gram. Like, if we going to trade a merchant of death for her, we need to release all of them people out of the prison right now. Like, what?
Hey, careful. You know the vice president don't like that.
Hey, bro, it's too much. It's too much counter arguments that are illogical. Like, we're not about to trade no merchant of death to get someone who got weed and arrested over there in another country, but we still got people in our country locked up for 20 years just for off a gram. Like, what?
And I think the saddest part for me, it's like she now realizes, man, I'm in the woman's prison in Russia.
Yeah. Bro, good luck, man. Good luck. Yo, no, you know what'd be funny? What'd be funny? Imagine somebody gets out serving 20 years. They got like 10 years left right now. Get out 10 years from now. They get out, get in the car, whoever picks them up, gives them a blunt. And like, oh my God, you're trying to get me back in jail? Be like, no, it's illegal across the country. They get to smoke weed for the thing that they got sent 20 years of life for. And it's like
the hypocrisy.
I don't know how I feel about this. Like, what?
Not even that somebody, that groups of people that are oppressed are making the most money in that subset of the economy.
Yeah, you got a white collar white motherfucker coming in here buying up all the weed, all the lottery tickets to grow it and everything like that as well. Niggas who never sacrifice shit just because they have money and connections coming in here to benefit. I mean, that's America in a nutshell anyway. So I don't know why anybody's surprised.
And do you think that is going to influence the world?
Elaborate.
I like how other countries are going to start doing the same thing.
Every country got their own standard of how they do things. Like China ruled an iron fist. They would only connect it with their.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, what do you think? What do you think of China? Like, do you think they would ever get into that conversation, or they're always going to have that?
If they need money, they would do it. If they need money, they would do it. Now, are you talking about how they would do it, or are you talking about
if they would do it?
Oh yeah, if they need money, they do it. China's not above weed.
Cause I was thinking, is the CPP is a Chinese political party? Isn't there like really conservative values?
Very conservative. Yep.
Yeah, just like
they would do hemp first though. Just like Taiwan doing hemp. I mean, not yet. Thailand doing hemp and stuff, and doing weed slowly. Just legalize that over there, or decriminalize it over there in Thailand.
Yeah, I think hemp is one of the most miracle products out there. It grows in like 12 weeks, fully grown. It's like wood. Crazy how much stifled information is within the books of history.
I wouldn't be surprised. It's a new market for everybody to indulge in.
Yeah, as soon as I forgot what the senator of Kentucky was. As soon as somebody explained to him how fast it grows and how much it sells for, he was like, "What? Wait, you're telling me that we can legalize this and make money? You can make how much in how little time? Consistently? Oh yeah, we need to come up with this farm bill." They just slid under the farm bill name. I was like, "What?"
I gotta see, is there states in America that have legal weed but illegal abortions at this point now?
Bro, you gonna get oof. Yes.
Because mostly conservative conservative states don't want abortion, but why would they allow weed then? So they care about the money more than they care about being conservative. It's interesting. I wonder if they have any states like
like
that
what
now.
You said. The money talks.
I think it's so contradictory. Like we have to find out some way to attach money to the abortion industry that they can profit off of. I wonder if then they would celebrate abortion, or if that's religion based. That's more touchy of religion based. Yeah, they value life until it's born.
Exactly. Life above all. And then after life, then it's values. First life, then values. And then
that's crazy how politics and religion are getting mixed.
I mean, I think it's always been mixed. It's now there's just not
scared. It's just blatant. It's blatant. It's a difference. It's blatant.
Before it was subtle, like the connections with the Greek.
Our father and fathers were Christians. What are you talking about? It's built into our politics.
Yes.
I'm not anti-religion. I'm just like
I wouldn't even be surprised.
I don't like logic and religion mixing together, because politics is supposed to be logic when it's really not.
I wouldn't be surprised if certain passages of the Bill of Rights or whatnot, if they would have just added like a scripture or two, because it's like the way that it was done and the way that they justified a lot of everything was like, well, our forefathers, they were Christians and they were practicing.
Man, people ain't too far away from the blue laws. We're gonna be required to go to church. It's coming. At least we're not gonna miss Chick-fil-A because they're closed on Sunday too. So at least we have one.
Wait, so you think the next president is Republican?
I'm not talking about that quick. Damn, nigga. And yes, I do think it's the Republican.
Yeah, because I think a lot of people are tired about gas.
Democrats are so trash, fam. I think they're on purpose
expensive,
trash,
fam. Like, yo, I've noticed that every blue president is.
People really think like the president affects all that stuff. It really doesn't.
It does, bro. It's all their blue stuff. That's all the policies.
Bro, it does not affect the prices and all that kind of stuff as much as people think it does.
So do you know that the president, he has access to control the oil reserves as well as...
I'm not talking about party lines and the people who actually... I'm talking about whether it's blue or red. It's not going to change the fact of a lot of the things that are actually happening currently in our country.
Oh, no. I'm saying that
really affect that at the lobby,
the actual
in the actual House and the Senate. The president's not going to really affect as much. What's really going to affect is when the red is in the state, then they get to go more crazy and have more freedom to try to push more bills in.
No, so the president has access to release as well as approve and deny any oil reserves as well as any explorations.
Yeah, they have those kind of.
So, for example, Joe, he denied every request in order to focus on the limited supply. That's how people, not just him, people can control the pricing on stuff because you can limit how much there is in the market. Same with diamonds.
Yeah, that's one small thing. I'm talking about overall. The president's not going to affect that much of how the government's being run, what's happening in America. They have small amounts of power. They actually do things by themselves without having to get it through the Senate and everything. So that's why they run with their presidential campaigns saying all the shit they're going to do and can't do any of it because it requires the arm of politics.
Hold on, now you sounded like Alex Jones again, Fred. Wait a minute now.
I'm speaking too much truth for us.
Yeah, they're not ready for it. They keep it at Alan's Jones. They might sue you 10 years later. Hey, you spoke the truth.
They just overcomplicate things. Everybody can get in the pot of gold. Make it real complicated for anything to happen.
Yeah,
I'm too small for. That's why I can say all this stuff now. I'm too small. I was big enough.
Hey, careful now. They be implementing new technology, just like how the IRS is implementing that blockchain technology.
No, that's okay. You could tell people the truth in their face, and they wouldn't believe you. So it doesn't matter now. That's why the misinformation is so strong. They don't really care.
They tagged Alex for $45 million for speaking that truth.
Oh, that's because the people wanted the money, and plus he was speaking against the people in power in such a way that people actually started retaliating.
Ah, okay.
So like the Pizzagate and everything like that, and people started attacking their character and their reputation, and people in power like their reputation more than anything.
Damn, even though they'd be doing weird stuff behind the scenes.
Yeah, they want their reputation to still be clean though. The hands not, but as long as they're facing their images, it's all good.
Well, you spitting now, bars.
Yeah, all I'm saying, I ain't trying to pull the mask, but if you touch the mask, that's when your hands get burnt and your bank account gets shrunk.
Your credit score goes to zero. Your companies go to bankrupt.
That's when that happened. That's like just like Julian Assange. They work deals with Europe, wherever they gave Europe to transfer him over, and they tear that man apart because he revealed the truth and pulled the mask away they wanted to keep up.
And that's tough because I don't even think that truth.
So lesson learned today: don't touch the mask of powerful people unless you can hide well. And difficult in this day and age, all the technology. That's a lesson you need to take.
Hide well. You need to live below ground forever. Whether
either hide well or you can fight back. You really gonna be fighting back from people in power this time.
And you can't even live below ground because now they're finding all these sinkholes.
Ain't nobody living underground nowadays besides the people preparing for preppers and stuff, preparing for nuclear holocaust stuff. Yeah, the preppers and doomsayers.
Yeah, them dudes, they're doing a good job because they were ready for when COVID hit. Everybody just went to their base. Like, hey, is this a false alarm or is this for real?
Man, what? They're like we pulled my kids out of school. We living underground.
Yeah, when I heard that a lot of people in New York just left the state, like 30% of New York within the past like 2020 early to the 2021 early, like 30% of New Yorkers left. I was like, what? And it's like mainly the upstate. The people with the dough, they left because they didn't know if this is the real thing, if this COVID thing is going to turn into zombies.
No. The main reason they left is because they like the New York was for a lifestyle, just like all the major cities. New York's for a lifestyle. They like to congregate and go out and do things. But all the mandates New York had, they couldn't go out. So what's the point of living in such an expensive place just to stare outside of a small apartment? The cost of living there is so expensive, and the housing's so small. They're not going to pay all that money just to stay there, just for them not to be able to. Because most of them are not in their house all the time. Most of them are out at different functions and events and stuff. And so, what's the point of living in such an expensive place if you don't get the main reason you're paying the expense, which is to go outside? So they just logically moved with their money.
Dang, interesting. That's why Florida and Texas are getting overcrowded because they didn't have those mandates and whatnot.
That's why what's Florida's weird man?
The governor.
Governor that constantly wasn't doing anything with the mandates and everything. Was being like, I will absolutely not do the mandate stuff. He was attracting a lot of money, a lot of people in, a lot of business. So even though a lot of people were voicing against it, the money was talking. That's what he would listen to.
I mean, as a politician, isn't that your number one job?
Yeah,
because your number one job.
I mean, no, your number one job is for the people and to get what the people want. What are you talking about?
No, isn't it to get the tax revenue, tax money?
No. You are there to be a voice for the people. That is what a politician. You are there for the voice of the people, and then to use your knowledge of politics to get what they need and the bills and the things for your local government, your county government, your city government. That's what you're there for. You're not. That is what your goal is.
You sound like you're ready to be a politician, sir.
No, I just understand what they should be, so that one day, if I choose to be, I could be.
Hey, well, if y'all are gamers and you like Fred and you want him to run, you already know you gotta like and comment and let him know what should his primary. There should be reasons why people run. There should. Sometimes people run just because. Y'all should just give Fred an idea and be like, hey, you should run based off of this merit. Flip things around in the state that you live in. Or you could be like how the politicians that they just buy like a P.O. box in a state or whatever and be like, yo, I live here. I represent. I notice all, like, because they'll tell you, I notice all the numbers. Like, there's nobody that runs for office here. So I can, quote unquote, live here and whatnot. But at the same time, not live there and actually get voted into office because you're just a name on a ballot. And as long as enough people say yes, with like simple marketing, boom, selected. It's like, yeah, I'm a politician. I'd barely even try. I only spent $1,000 on this marketing campaign. That's why a lot of people that have money, they can do politicians so easily because you could just market the person that you're running against. That's why grassroots campaigns.
As long as you're not a complete terrible politician or person and have a lot of skeletons in your closet, you can outpay the next competitor for a political spot. And then you just need to invest in the right people and network with the other politicians and move your way up slowly.
Exactly. It's all about who's funding
and
you.
who you know, and who knows who you know, and who you have access to.
And who you can guarantee that you will do once you're in office. Yeah.
Well, you spit in real game. And that actually concludes the episode of Argue Bros, because we could talk about this all day, every day, because politics is everything. But anyways, what do you guys have going on outside of the Argue Bros?
Working on personal development, man. Personal development. Key to survival in this world. If you don't develop yourself, the world will develop without you.
Spin.
Take that with you.
Spin. Sounds like a very good
food for thought. Food for thought. And I got a whole bunch of stories on the way.
Nice.
Stay tuned. Tons and tons of stories.
You can find that at nicopengin.com. That's NICOPENGIN. Check us all out there. We all have material there. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Follow this podcast, because with your inspiration, we can push this message on forward regarding the podcast. Other than that, it's been another wonderful episode discussing how the freedoms of speeches are infringing upon us and how we're going to continue just being ourselves. Other than that, check us out real soon. We're dropping season 2. Argue Bros. We out.
You've been listening to Argue Bros. We hope you enjoyed the show. Don't forget to follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and leave us a review to let us know what you think. Keep listening and we'll catch up with you next week.